Is this on? Bet it's on. Well, if it's working, hello everyone, my name is Artemis. Artemis, however you want to call me. That's something I've been wondering for a while. Like, everyone calls me Artemis. I've always pronounced it Artemis because that's like, yeah, I thought that's how you pronounced it. So I've always thought myself, oh, I'm Artemis. Oh, we were talking
Hi.
about life issues. I'm talking about how I'm trying to pronounce my real name. Um, Not my real name. What am I talking about? Sorry. Sometimes stuff comes out of my mouth which, like, I
How are
change
you?
my pronunciation, so I say something completely different to what I was thinking, or it's like jumbled up. It's not what I wanted to say. It's what I wanted to say, it just wasn't in the right order. Um, I bet I'm not the only one who thought that. There's got to be someone else who has thought about that. I'm fine. Sorry, I was trying to get YouTube up because I was trying to get YouTube up while I was talking about it. Yeah, the title getting some issues sorted. There have been things on my mind that I wanted to talk about while I'm playing War Thunder, basically.
Great.
So I'm just gonna get some music up because I'm a nice person. I'm going to add everything in the description because, you know, PS4 doesn't allow me to do that. Well, it does, but I'm not going to spend like half an hour trying to type in every single link and stuff individually because I can't copy and paste, unfortunately. So, shame on me. Um, Alright. Uh, what life issues should I talk about? Like, just put it in the chat. Like, what should I talk about? Like, I know there's a lot of life issues going on now. Most, like, one of them I can't really talk about because get the live stream will get taken down. I am on YouTube after all, so it will get taken down as soon as I start talking about it. Um, like, just put down in like the chat, like, what should I do? Like, what should I talk about? Because I'm ready.
Anything.
I'm ready for pretty much anything. Like, I've looked at lots of things that have happened, feminism and stuff. I often watch videos where like feminists, like, they get um they talk to news reporters and the news reporters tell them the truth about why that is, and then they just look, they try and like avoid it. Like this one that I was looking at, this she was saying like, oh, uh, children can't dress up as characters from a movie because it's making fun of their culture. And I was just like, wait, so if I dress up as an anime character, is that making fun of cosplayers? that wouldn't make sense. Like, if I dress up as a skeleton, I'm technically making fun of the Grim Reaper. Whatever, whatever they say, I am. They can believe what they want to believe. I'm fine with it. But I'm just gonna get my point of view.
Would you like
I'll
to
say like
play
what
in a
I
bit?
think about this. Like Reese will be just so I say. Um, you you can join in. You can join in because Reese will be joining me shortly. Reese or VNX beat because his name's spelled with two E's, so you have to pronounce the E. Um, let's hope this works. Of course it comes with an advert, doesn't it? Of course it comes with an advert, doesn't it? Of course it comes with a damn advert. No. Alright. Like, I'm just gonna be chilling for a bit. So, because I don't know if Reese will be joining us like right now. So I don't want to go into a game and then he joins in. Like, give him like a few minutes, you know? We're nice people. And while we're waiting, like, oh boy, that's a long title. Alright, let me try and... No, I'm just like, I'm putting the link for the music playlist because I have to. Like, I have no choice. I have to. Otherwise I could get copyright striked and I don't want that. Also, oh, while waiting, I made the I've made a SoundCloud. Yeah, I've made a SoundCloud because, like, it's when I released PTSD. Um, well, it doesn't sound very nice. It's when I released PTSD. Um, I made the SoundCloud right after, and I uploaded PTSD onto. God, why do I keep forgetting what I'm gonna say? Um, I uploaded PTSD onto SoundCloud, so I'll probably upload music onto... Yeah, I'll probably upload... yeah, to SoundCloud. Sometime soon, maybe, sometime. But I mean, I don't have all the time in the world. I'm not exactly free every single day of the week, so... Mhm, 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 mhm. Um, that's way too long to spell. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just save. I'm gonna save the as it is now. Then go get the playlist. Share. Copy link. Mhm. Alright. He should be joining anytime now. Unless I give him a message, because I think he's out right now. I'm not sure. I think he is out right now. Okay, I'll put the link in so everyone can just go check that out. You can go check out the playlist if you liked the music that was going on during the stream. You can go check that out. Fine by me. Well, I know this must be boring, having to like look behind my tank, just looking at it. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been playing War Thunder for a while now. Like, ever since the last stream, I haven't been playing a while. I haven't been playing a while, and I apologize for that. I wanted to get so good at, I wanted to get pro that I didn't play for a while, and yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna send him a message. I know it takes me like, don't mind if like, I know it takes ages for me to type like a message. It takes ages for me to do so. I'm a very slow person, sadly. I'm not exactly the quickest person, sadly. Again. Well, Cal, if you're gonna join as well, that's fine by me. Like, you can join in. Since the title I put, oh god, what have I got myself into? The Uh, getting some issues sorted. What did I get myself into? Well, let's do it. Um, first issue. What should be the first issue? Well, I'm gonna say what the world has come to at this point. If I'm going to be honest, the world has gone too sensitive. Uh, the world has gotten too sensitive, in my opinion. Everyone is so fixated on how they're going to express themselves, make sure that they make a perfect impression so that they don't offend others. And that kind of angers me, just like, why don't you just be yourself? Like, because if you're that will just cause self-consciousness, that will make you feel bad about yourself. They'll only bring you down a lot more. But I say be yourself in a good way. I'm not saying like, oh, that means you can do whatever you want, no one can stop you. No, I'm not saying that. I'm basically saying, like, just because, like, sorry, getting hard. How the hell did I? This is a good start to the thing. How did I even? How did I? My keyboard's broken. Alright. Well, I didn't even get a chance to start. Yeah. It normally does this, and yeah, like I said, like the world is too, like I saw on a TV interview, it's more feeling of the facts now. Like, it matters of what the person's feeling and not the facts, not what's true. When it should be the other way around, because the fact is what's showing what's real. And if you aren't being true, obviously some feelings are very deceiving, I'll say. I'm trying to say it in the best way I possibly can. I'm trying not to start a feud with anyone. I'm trying not to. To be honest, I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to make people aware of what is truly happening. Not truly because everything is true. Well, obviously, except some of the feelings. Some feelings are not always what they really mean. Sometimes you go out for one thing and you come back for another. So I don't know how I died to that. Wait, was he behind me? No, I thought. Oh no, he was at the side. Well played, sir. Well played. Very well played. Very, very well played. I might go for this because I know DM13 can't do anything. Oh, me. Ha! Again, poor choice of tank. Very dangerous move we just did there. I wouldn't advise to any tanker to do that. another issue that's actually gotten me quite angry. It's, I know people are this is very cheesy. It's the whole reason, the whole issue with the police. There's this thing that doesn't make sense to me, and a lot of people are going to say, oh, don't even start with that. Well, yeah, if we don't get it sorted, it's only going to get worse. So I'd rather just, like, talk it with you guys so we can have a level of understanding of where we're at with this problem. The whole thing with the police, yeah, the police did bad. They did. What they did was horrifying and horrific, and I don't hope it for anyone to get hurt by that same problem again. But let's all be honest here. It's gone on for too long. It's gone on for too long. What I'm saying is this whole protest has now lost. It's lost its cause. What I'm saying by that, it's no longer, like, its original objective is no longer what its real objective is. Because now they're what they did with Family Guy, they fired white actors who played black characters just because they were playing black characters, but the actors were white. Is that acceptable? Like, it shouldn't be. Obviously it shouldn't, because that was just a person's life that you've ruined. That was a person's life that you've potentially just ruined. I'm not saying to feel bad, I'm just saying, like, well, I am saying, like, feel bad, because that, come on. It's not fair on the guy, like, it's not fair on the people who suffer through this. Like, games are, like, adjusting their softwares, like, trying to change what the game says so that people don't get offended. Well, no, actually. The people have gone too sensitive as soon as they hear the word black. This happened in another stream, actually, if I recall. The last stream, like my birthday stream, I think it was, yeah, my birthday stream, something was mentioned about racism, and I think Martin said something about racism, like me being racist. I was like, yeah, it's because I said the colour black. I just said the colour black. I wasn't being racist, I wasn't mentioning anyone. I was just mentioning the colour black. This world, we're all getting to a time where we're all stressed. We're all stressed and we're taking out on each other. And by unfortunate luck, that incident happened with the police. Taking it out on the police, they're all stereotyping the and racist, and it's not really fair on the police. Which is something that intrigues me. Like, they all said all the police are white. That is not true. You and I both know. I'm speaking to you individually. Like, the viewer who's on the screen right now, I'm speaking to you individually. You and I both know that ain't true. You and I both know that isn't true. There are some black policemen out there. There are millions, probably. I don't know. I don't count the numbers. I don't keep count of the numbers, and I don't want to keep count of the numbers. But why should? What I'm saying is, it's not fair on the police now, because now they're good police who love their job, and probably because the job is best for them, because it's what keeps paying their bills and stuff. It's what keeps them from going under, really. You're making their life harder, potentially. You're making their life harder. They probably go home and they have to worry because they don't have enough food they don't have enough money to put food on the table, and you've just made their life even more of a living hell. So, I'm not saying I support the police. Sometimes there is some policemen or policewomen who do bad things, who aren't good people. It's just how we live in the world. There are bad people, there are good people. We can't really say who's bad or good. Well, we can. It's like how I said, my teacher talking about these things are so difficult because, like my teacher said, you're trying so hard not to offend the people that you actually end up offending them even more. Because you're giving that impression that you're holding back, that you're being careful, and you're actually just offending the person even more. So why should we hold back? Where were the glory days? Like, what happened to back? Who remembers 2016, 2015? Who remembers the good times? Who remembers that? Like, the nostalgia, who remembers those good times? Those were the best times. Where you used to go out, you'd play football with your mates, right? It didn't matter about colour, it didn't matter about gender, right? You just hung out with your mates, and you'd had so much fun. What happened to that? What happened? Where did that go? Where is those moments now? Where are those moments? We're living in a society that's destroying itself, potentially. Because now the entire world is fixated on taking down statues of people that are long dead. That wasn't meant to be a strike to the people who did that, because honestly what they did was foolish. It's just a statue. I know what the statue of the people did was wrong. Yeah, I get that. But do you really have to destroy it? Do you really have to? Do you have to get rid of it for you to feel some relief? Like, not even like professionally remove it, it's just rip it off its stone head. Or whatever the stone thing under it's called. Could you just ask the council to properly remove it, not just rip it out, because that is causing a riot, not a protest. Why do I sound so posh? Normally I sound like a thug, but now I sound incredibly posh. Sometimes I was gonna say this, but I was too scared of it being a bad thing to say. But why should racism work one way? Why should it work one way and one way only? Like, this is only a theory, right? If a black policeman, right, killed a white man, would that be considered racist? Like, you hear black people call white people white all the time, and they deal with it. They don't say like, oh, that's racist. No, it's become their, you could say, it's become their thing of speech, right? Because every time we refer to someone, we have to point out their characteristics. right? So the person we're talking to can recognize that person. And I just got killed by KV-1. I feel that's embarrassing. But it's not, because the KV-1S is incredibly more powerful. We've... As humanity... as you... Okay, I lost my tongue there for a second. As humanity, we've lost our strength. We've lost our greatness. We were pioneers. We were explorers. Like, up until 2017, 2018, we were... Our greatness was slowly flooding away. Like, we were starting, like, it all started with this TikTok thing. I still don't get why people hate it so much. I just joined it in saying like, oh, TikTok's bad, but just because the trend, you know, we lost our honor. As human beings, we've lost our greatness. Like the feats, the incredible achievements we've done. Amazing. All the world records. Look at the Guinness World Records, man. What we did was purely amazing. Look what Eddie Hall did. He literally lifted something that I didn't even think was possible to be lifted. And both mental, like, someone has produced the first warp drive. Someone has made a theory for the first warp drive. Have you realized how technological and after that point, we've lost our cause. Our cause is lost. I'm not saying like we should revert back to our old ways. No, we've evolved in some ways, but we didn't evolve in the right way, which we should have. Instead of striving, instead of evolving in a good way, we've started to hate each other. We started to hate each other. Now we're segregating one another just because of our appearance and what we think. Why can't we all be the same? We're all the same flesh and blood. We're all 76 genders, we are only 2 genders. I'm not saying we should all be male or female. You can be whatever gender you want to be. Like, I'm an F-16 right now. Like, I'm an F-16. I'm probably going to be an AK-47 in 2 years' time, but that's what I think. And people should respect that the same way I respect them. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Right? That should be a law. To be honest, in my opinion, that should be a law. Because if you want to be treated with respect, make sure you treat others with respect as well. Because then good karma will obviously give you something good. That's just logic. This is fact, really. If you treat people, if you're good, you'll get good things. That's... it's the truth, if I'm honest. At the beginning of this stream, I was so scared to say this. Of course, I was so scared because yeah, obviously I was so scared of getting haters, getting like people like, oh, you said this, you said that, you're mean, you're this, you're that. No, I'm not those things that you say I am. Probably some of them you might have some logic in what you say in some things, and some things are just complete nonsense. It if you're gonna say something, if you're going to say that I'm a mean person, you have to have some concrete proof that I am a mean person. If you're gonna say that I ate a donut, you need to have some proof that I did in fact eat that donut. Like, let's take... I know this is like an obvious example, but let's take flat earthers as an example. I know that's a bad example. I'm not ridiculing them, but I just want to find out where the hell did the flat earth community come from. I want to know. I'm gonna, after the stream, I'm gonna search, right? I'm gonna go into Google, I'm gonna search, where did this start? I want to know who came up with this idea, and congratulate them, because not because it's a joke, because they do have some points in what they say. In some points they do have some logic. Like, you can't say that flat earthers are wrong, what they say are wrong. If we be realists, it's pretty obvious that they're wrong, but let's take it in a minute. That's what they believe. That's what they think is true. We haven't been to the... Individually, right? I don't know who you are. You don't know who I am. I don't know if you've been in the moon. I don't know if you've been into space. And you don't know if I've been into space. Right? We don't know what it's like up there until we go and see it. So, they're just speculating what Earth could look like. Well, some people say, oh, that's what Earth is like. Some people can be stubborn. Yeah, you're allowed to be. No one said you couldn't. Like, you know when you get that sense of relief, that you got something off your chest. Like, I'm getting that feeling right now, man. Like, I'm getting that feeling. Reese still hasn't joined. What's taking him so long to get the beer? What's taking him so long? Like, I have my own beliefs. I'm willing to share with you guys my beliefs. I believe that we are aliens. Because on my news feed, it's a lot about space and stuff, about string theory and stuff, because I'm into that. I'm into space, I'm into the unknown. I want to see what's out there. And to be honest, I think we are the aliens. What I'm saying is, my theory works in this way, right? The aliens created us. Aliens have created us. Because it's kind of weird how we evolved from monkeys. Even though we look the same, even though structurally we aren't that far apart different from monkeys in terms of anatomy. But this is just a theory. I'm not saying it's true, but I'm just connecting some things together. That the reason that aliens, they come up is to check on us. Check on how we're doing. Not searching. not abducting, not searching, not planning for anything. Just checking up on us. Like an experiment. I was actually gonna do this for a manga idea. I was actually gonna do it. Like the aliens call themselves gods, and they tried to recreate themselves, right? They tried to recreate themselves, not through natural means, through scientific means. And I believe that's what I think spiritually, that we are just an experiment. We are a different variant of alien. Because let's be realist here. Um, we are smarter than possibly any other species on this planet. We are way off their league. We are in a league of our own, right? Some animals do sometimes do more intelligent things than some human beings, but overall, we are way past the animal kingdom. We are something else. It's not long before it's not long before we're in space travel. Like I said, somebody figured out the theory of warp drive. Someone figured it out. That's amazing. That I love that. Like, because my dream is obviously to see another planet for myself, see space, see what it's like. That's my dream. I would love to do that. Well, my real dream is to see a black hole. To see a black hole, you know, like an interstellar? Like that. Um, yeah, just, um, um, yeah, I would just believe we're a different variant of alien. I saw the news that there have been some strange messages that they've found. The scientists and astronomers have found planets that are related to our planet, that are habitable for life, and probably do. We haven't been there. Our Hubble telescope can't zoom in that far to see something that's on a planet. Well, obviously we can zoom in for millions and millions of light years away, but we can't zoom into a planet. I think that's a bit illogical, but at the same time, that makes sense, because how can you zoom on something so small? Or huge, the aliens could be massive. They could be planet-sized, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Um, I saw, I think I sorted like 3 issues out in that one speech. Tell me in the chat, chat, like, oh, whenever I'm referring chat, I mean like all of you guys, whoever's watching, like, tell me like, what, what should I talk about next? Like, give me some suggestions. Like, what should I do? What should I talk about? Like, I think it's time for another game. Enough of me daydreaming. just what's taking him so long? Like, I know I should be patient. I know I should be patient, but sometimes being too patient is like, no one has the patience of monks. No one does. And even when they do, like, no one has the patience like a monk. Even I don't. I didn't even come close. Like, if there's a problem happening with me in my life, I want to get it resolved the minute it happens. But I don't like to leave it until last minute. I want to get it done, sorted, so then I can just rest. Or just do something else. Get the problem out of the way as quick as possible. But I'm a very proactive person. I'm just gonna move out of the way of this AA. It's a very weird looking AA. Very weird looking AA. I've never seen that. It's the first time I've ever seen that model. Anyone wants to join in and play War Thunder with me, or chat, you can chat with me. Like, doing this alone is harder than it looks, to be honest. It's not as easy as it looks to do this alone. So it's very hard trying to explain to a bunch of people. Not a bunch of people. It's very hard trying to explain to a community about something which you also have a perspective on. I know I'm not biased. I've never been trained, like, you know, like a lawyer. They're experienced in that type of thing. They know how to do it. I'm not that person. I don't know how to explain a community the one thing I do know how to explain is my point of view of things. That is easy. That's the easiest thing in the world. Easier than maths. And maths is simple. I get some things are hard, but if you think maths is hard, please. Just like Will Smith said, you don't build a wall, you don't start with that. But you do, you lay a brick. Lay a brick. Just lay a brick, but do it as good, as perfectly as a brick you could like. Right? Do it as, like, and interpret that in different situations. If I'm going to draw an anime character, I'm going to draw it so good as an anime character can be drawn. Right? And then soon enough, like, one of my goals is to cover up, I don't know if you see my videos, but I have a wall that's almost covered in anime. I want to completely cover that wall full of anime. Completely cover it up in anime. Not even like fan art. I don't like drawing fan art because I can't replicate the person, and I hate that. That's why I make my own characters. I make my own people. I love character creation. I love enjoying that. That's why I applied for engineering. Same as well. I applied for engineering since I have a super creative mind. Like, my inspiration was obviously Elon Musk, but I was expecting that. Like, the things that he's done more in the last, like, 3 months than NASA has done in 20 years. I know NASA is years old, like 70 70 years old right now? Like 80, almost 80 years old? Like, that is long. Like, you can see how space travel and space technology has evolved. Like, from the first ever rocket to be deployed to the latest. I can't speak posh. I have trouble, right? I speak like a thug. Probably am a thug. But even then, I can't act like a thug. I can't do it. I can't. Like, I'm just my own person. Like Artemis is Artemis, right? He's an existence of his own kind. He's one to think that he's separated from his own kind. Have you ever had that moment where you questioned yourself? Where you just generally questioned your, like, existence? Like, why? How am I here right now? How am I seeing? How am I thinking? How do I think that thought? Where did he shot me from? Where did he shoot me from? I want to actually know that now. Oh, looking directly at him as well. That was a nice shot. Yeah, back onto that. Back onto the thing about my inspiration. Elon Musk has done some great things. He has honestly done. He's just when he was a young boy, he managed to make an entire game. He managed to program at such a young age. Like, that is amazing. Like, I couldn't possibly do that in 50 years. I couldn't possibly program an entire game in about 100 years time. I couldn't do it. It's not in my, well, I know that I can take Elon Musk as an as an inspiration for engineering, because he actually is an engineer, believe it or not. But like, he's done some incredible things. He's made Tesla. He's made like he's made an electric car that can outrun most sports cars today. That is an achievement. That is a true achievement. Like, and if I met him in real life, I would congratulate him. He did more than many other people couldn't. Like, he made himself. He completely made himself. He deserves half the things he's got. Truly. He does. And if I could be half of what he is, I would be a happy man. The next, probably this is an issue, well, probably not for many of you, if you don't have that same issue that I'm about to explain to you guys, but have you ever, like, seen things? Been a moment where you've seen things that you literally can't explain, even to this day? Is there a time where you see things, right? You see these black silhouettes. It all happens really quickly. You see the silhouette, and so it's escape. It will just run. It will go. It'll do what it does. It'll just disappear. But mine wasn't even from the corner of my eye. I saw it head on. Like, does that have, like, comment, like, down below, like, if that's ever happened to you. Like, that, I remember when I had my first experience of that, I was going upstairs, like, I was really young back then. I was like 8. I went upstairs. I look towards my parents' room and I see a giant, and I mean giant, tail just wiggling about, wiggling into the back of the drawer, wiggling into the back of one of the drawers. I told my Mom, there's something there. And she looks into the cupboard, then she says, what are you talking about? There's nothing here. And that's what scared me the most. So how did something so big just disappear like that? What's even more funny is that I was looking the entire time, so I knew that it didn't move from that point. And I later learned, a friend told me that that could be a mental problem, psychosis. I haven't actually researched the problem, like, I mean to research to it. I want to know what it is. I want to know why these things happen to me. Especially when I take my glasses off. Not when I take my glasses off, when it's dark. Whenever I'm in a dark room, or a dark space, or in the dark, it will get worse. It will get way worse, to the point sometimes the silhouettes don't even move. They are just there, standing still, looking at you. That scares me a lot, that does. It scares the crap out of me. Like, I'm just there staring back, and the thing's staring towards me as well. Like, I feel like we're actually making contact. And that was like from years ago. The latest one, that was even more creepier. I was looking towards my window, and a thought came into my head where it was the same exact view. The same exact view. My window was open, right? My window was open. It was getting really dark. I just finished playing a match. I looked towards the window, and the thought came into my head, a picture, that there was something there. A demon, right? Half of my window was covered because of the curtains. I cover one half of my window. One half of it was covered. It was the part that was open. I had a thought that there was something there, literally smudging itself against the window. This black silhouette. At this point, it didn't even look like a shadow. It wasn't transparent. That thing had proper. It was so detailed. I could see the light, the street light, shining off of it. It was so real, and I literally got so scared because I couldn't see what was behind the curtain. That thing could have been there, because my problem with my head, it's got to be to do with my head. It can't be to do with my eyesight. I know I've got bad eyesight, but it's got to be with my head, because there's no way I could see things like that. Especially when you hear things as well. Like, you ever have that moment where it's so silent that you hear things? Like, also, like, if you want to, comment down below if you've ever had that experience. Like, where it's so silent that you hear voices in your head. I've had that. I still do. I still do. I think not as much, I'm not sure. But whenever it got so silent for such a long period of time, the silence would actually become deafening, and I would start hearing voices. Not voices of people I don't know, voices of the people that I know. The teachers, all the students, sometimes my parents, and it would go casually. They would say my name, like Chico, 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 Chico. And then it would get louder, and they would start raising their voice like Chico, 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 and they would get to the point where they're literally screaming my name, and that makes me go insane. I feel like I'm going insane in that moment. Like, anyone in the chat, if you know what that problem is, please tell me, Like, I want to know what that is. Like, 'cause I want to know what's going on in my head. I want to know how I can solve this. Because I'm pretty sure it's not nice having this problem in your head for so long. And especially not knowing what it is. That's when it's headache inducing. Like, even remembering that, I've got a headache now, just remembering it. Oh, yeah. Ah, ow, I just punched my wardrobe. Ow. Speaking of this, um, on Sunday I will be seeing my girlfriend for the first time in 3 months. I know we had that week for school, but, I know we had that week for school, but, I know because lunchtime is approaching me, sadly. I have to make this quick. Uh, since I got a new camera and all, I've been trying to make a video showcasing the new camera. I never got the chance to, though. Like, either I never got the chance, or when I actually did it, it didn't come out like I wanted to. So I thought, if I have another person, or at least people that I can have fun with generally, that will be great. Um, so I thought, like, I'll probably do this with my, I'll probably do this with my girlfriend, because at least we can have fun. We can actually make the video funny. I'm very spiritual. I like to be serious with things. I don't play a lot. Alright. I see Dinner's calling on me. um, Sadly, I am very serious. I'm a very serious person. I don't play around with with subjects. I want to literally engage you with a conversation. I'm like, let's seriously talk about this. I'm not saying resolve it, but I want to seriously converse with you. I find pleasure in that. I find it really satisfying with me, talking to you about something, discovering new things, theorizing. I love doing that. It makes me feel better. It calms me down. It makes me think. And I love doing that. Well, I'm sorry I had to cut it short. Like, how long have we been going for? I want to know. How long have we been going for? We've been going for about... When did this start? I want to know. When did this start? I don't know. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to cut it short. I'm sorry I didn't, like, give you enough to showcase. At least you have a good view of this SPA8. Like, well, I'm gonna have to cut it short. I hope you guys have a good day. Remember, be nice to each other. The world is already as bad as it is. Right? Just be nice to each other. And if you fell out with someone, the next time you see them, tell them, try and talk with them. Say, like, try and converse with them. Who knows? You might just be best friends doing that. Well, I have to make a run for it, because it's dinner time, I'm hungry, and I have to do a lot more things. I have to do a lot of music, and engineering, since I'm studying that. So, I have to get going. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and anyways, peace.